You stopped reaching out. You stopped waiting for a reply that never came. You let silence do the talking. And now that something strange is happening. The avoidant, the one who swore they needed space, the one who walked away without looking back, is beginning to act differently. Today, we're diving deep into what an avoidant does when your silence feels permanent, and why that moment quietly terrifies them more than anything else. For the avoidant, control is everything. They withdraw because it gives them a sense of power, the illusion that they're the one deciding when intimacy begins or ends. But when your silence becomes consistent, calm, and permanent, it shifts the balance. You take back your energy. You remove the emotional fuel that powered their avoidance. That's when they begin to feel something new. The loss of control. And that's the moment their quiet panic begins. When your silence feels permanent, the avoidant's mind starts scanning for emotional cues. They'll scroll through your social media, check who liked your posts, even rewatch your stories if they can. Not because they suddenly became curious, but because they're searching for signs of whether you're still emotionally available. They wonder, did they move on? Are they talking to someone else? Do they even think of me anymore? For someone who once ran from closeness, the fear of true disconnection hits different. Avoidants are masters of emotional rationalization. When they feel your silence is permanent, they start to rewrite the story in their head to protect their ego. They'll tell themselves things like, they've probably changed. They were too emotional for me. I'm better off alone. But the more they repeat it, the less it soothes them. Because deep down, they know it's not peace they're feeling. It's emptiness, the kind of emptiness that only arrives when they realize someone safe has finally stopped waiting. This is the phase where they start showing up again, but never directly. They might view your story, but never like it. They might text a mutual friend to ask how you've been. Or suddenly, they show up in your suggested people you may know feed. Because they've searched your profile more than once. They won't reach out yet. Because that would require vulnerability. But they're circling your energy from a distance. It's like their heart is trying to reconnect while their mind is still guarding the door. Silence creates an echo. And eventually, even the avoidant hears it. At first, it's confusion. Why do I feel anxious? Then, restlessness. Why do I keep thinking about them? And finally, realization. I might have lost something real. They might dream about you. They might feel nostalgic listening to songs you once shared. And they'll tell themselves, it's just a phase. But that's not true. What they're really feeling is your absence hitting their nervous system. Because your energy, once predictable, warm, and safe, has vanished, and that emptiness forces them to face the very emotions they've avoided all along. When the silence becomes unbearable, they'll try small, indirect ways to re-enter your life. A random message. A hey, saw this and thought of you. A comment on an old post. It's not about the message itself. It's about seeing if you'll respond. Because your reaction tells them everything. If you reply warmly, it soothes their fear. If you ignore it, it confirms their deepest wound, that they are, indeed, alone. And that realization is what begins their transformation. Avoidants are not emotionless. They are emotionally conflicted. When your silence feels permanent, they enter a tug-of-war between desire and fear. Part of them wants to reach out, but another part whispers, don't risk rejection again. They might start talking about you indirectly, telling friends stories about the relationship, or suddenly posting emotional quotes. It's their unconscious way of releasing the feelings they can't yet say out loud. Eventually, your silence teaches them something that words never could. That love doesn't chase. That peace is louder than begging. That the person they pushed away was the one who offered them safety all along. Some will gather courage to return humbly, carefully. Others won't. But either way, they'll never forget how it felt when your silence became permanent. Because that was the moment they finally heard what love really sounds like when it's no longer speaking.